Hi everyone. Today I have a special guest, as you can see. Vipin from my workplace, and we work together. Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure having you here.
Yeah. Can you quickly introduce yourself?
My name is Vipin. I'm from India. I'm basically an engineer. I moved to Japan roughly 8 years back before COVID. I used to work for a German company in Japan. I came as a project manager. Currently working with Haru-chan. Basically have spent around roughly 8 years in Japan.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Today, I want to talk about English, of course, because everyone, watching my channel will be interested in how to learn English, and probably they are interested in as well, like how different business English is from test English.
Mm-hmm.
Many Japanese are taking English exams such as TOEIC. Just because you get a high scores on such tests doesn't mean that you can use English at work. But people want to see themselves speaking English in business settings and use English for making money, doing business or work. So I want to get some advice from you, because you're obviously very proficient in speaking English, and then you spent almost 8 years using English in Japan. First of all, have you taken any English exams before?
Before we go into that, let me clarify that I'm not a native English speaker. So English is kind of my second language, which I studied through my schools. So I roughly spent around 12 years learning English at school. But I think that was not a major part which helped me to work in English language, because it was more like on the job.
Okay.
Because I feel like what you learn in school is basically the grammar and those kind of stuffs. But when you come to office kind of setting, you need specific words and specific grammar to kind of express your thoughts through. So to say about the tests, I have done only through schools English relevant tests, but I've not taken any kind of particular competitive test. For me, it was more kind of on the job, and by continuously speaking with foreigners and people to express myself, that helped me to kind of learn English and use it for my work. So if you look at my last 10 years, I've spent in Japan in a Japanese setting, but my company was more international, so that really helped me to kind of use my language skills at work.
What do you think was the biggest challenge, to reach the practical level of English?
Biggest challenge is if we are interacting with different people from different background. So for example, people from America, they speak English in a particular way, and if you look at Europe, especially UK people, they speak a bit different, and Europeans from Spain and France, they speak in a different way. So trying to understand what they are saying, was a bit difficult at the beginning. And so I was keen on listening, what do they pronounce and what does that mean, and try to relate what it might mean. So this helped me in the beginning, and after some time, I kind of got to know their vocabulary and the accents and so on. So after time, by continuously using and listening to them, I think it helped me to kind of grasp what they are meaning actually.
Listening is the most challenging part for you.
Listening
to understand what people are saying, because people have variety of pronunciation and accents.
And also some regions are being more sarcastic. There's a lot of emotions also coming in. So how do we grasp what do they really mean? That's a challenge at the beginning.
Like reading the context, right?
Exactly.
Reading the lines.
Yes, between the lines.
That's so hard.
Yes, that's so hard. So this is what I said. What I learned in school was not a big, big kind of support in learning English, but rather the time that I put to watch movies and listening to English music and so on. That really helped me to understand English more.
I guess you probably build up some foundation of understanding English.
Of course.
Basic knowledge.
Of course.
Grammar,
exactly.
sentence structure,
true.
Basic words or something like that.
True.
It also plays a very important role, right? To use in English in a practical situation without such foundation like you got from the school study.
Very true. Not only that, but if you look at India, we have like more than 15 to 20 languages. We have like regional languages, and on top of that, we have English also taught in school. So and if you look at the boards, like the name boards or advertisements that people put across right on the streets, so all those things are also in English. But I don't see much in Japan. It's more Japanese, right? Like we have so when we go on a travel on a road trip, we also read English. The name boards are in English. And then most of the things, like if you see an advertisement on TV, and you can see like a lot of English in it.
I see.
Conversation itself, we use a lot of English words.
Okay, so English is just everywhere
Kind
in
of.
your life,
Yeah,
in
ki-
India.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Then I think it definitely helps you like improve your English communication skills.
Yeah.
With of course school study.
Yes,
and
of
you
course.
get some basic knowledge
Yes.
through the school study, and then at the same time you have so many opportunities to see and use English in India as well.
Exactly.
Okay, this is how you're like proficient in speaking English.
I'm not sure if I can say proficient, but I would say like
Use
like a business English. I would
business English.
yeah, I would do.
How about speaking part?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You said the biggest challenge would be like listening to what other people say and understand what other people say.
Yeah.
But what about speaking? You didn't have any struggle with speaking fluently in business settings.
Actually, I would say like I kind of improved through practice, because at first, of course, it was challenging, and it took me some time to kind of build the vocabulary and give proper response.
How did you?
Because before coming to Japan, for some time I was in Middle East also. So during that time also I used to communicate in English. So at first it was of course challenging, but I tried my best, because there is no other way for me to speak to others, because if I don't have any other language, so I had to use it. So I was put in a position where I must use my English skill to kind of communicate. So that really helped. Yeah.
The best way is be like putting yourself into the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you have to speak English all the time. You have no choice but to speak English. This is the
basically
best
it was
way.
expected. Right? Like you are expected to speak in English. And
But I think most of people in Japan, living in Japan, for most of them, it's impossible to put them into such a situation like where they have to speak English. They have no choice but to speak English, right? So any advice to such guys?
But I think there is nothing bad in giving it a try, right? So if you find some foreigner, or if you find someone who can speak in English, of course you can speak to them in English and try to communicate. There is no need to step back and say like I don't speak perfect English, and also like
Make
it doesn't.
some
Yeah, you can.
mistakes.
You can make mistakes. Yeah, and nobody's gonna judge at the end of the day. As long as the message is conveyed to the next person, we don't really care about.
How do you structure English sentences in your mind when speaking just in front of people, for example? And we have to listen to others at the same time, and then you have to think about what you want to say next. Right? In another language, in English. I mean, not mother tongue.
Yeah, kind of.
So
yes.
doing two things at the same time, listening and speaking, thinking about structuring, English sentences.
But I think this you need to do only during the initial stage.
Initial stage.
Yeah, like initial stage means like once you are starting to learn, like starting to starting to speak English, you might have to first listen what they're saying and then translate and then try to give an answer. But once you have reached that particular proficiency where you can speak out without thinking. For example, if you are speaking Japanese, I don't think you are thinking before speaking, right? It comes automatically, and you don't need to structure. So I think I do that. Like I don't think what should I say like word by word to communicate, but it's rather comes like directly.
You don't structure English sentences anymore.
No.
Do you watch out for your grammar or right pronunciation, correct pronunciation and correct grammar?
If it is like super casual, if it is like super casual talk with a very close friend of mine, I don't care.
But in a formal setting?
In a formal setting, yes, I do care not to make much mistakes.
You don't say he don't. he doesn't.
Yeah, kind of. Yes, kind of. Yes.
But in a casual setting, you say he done.
Yeah.
She done.
Yeah. If it is a friend of mine, like a very close friend of mine, I don't mind making mistakes.
You don't mind.
I don't mind. And I think the others also don't mind getting some mistake, because of course, like I'm not a native speaker, and I think
Yeah, that mindset is really important. Like, speaking up just in front of people and not afraid of making mistakes.
Yeah. For example, now I think we spoke about 10 minutes, and I think maybe I would have made already like 10 or 15 mistakes. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't think of it.
Yeah. Other people understand.
Yes.
Could be.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think we discussed a lot. Anything you want to add?
Nothing much. Actually, I just wanted to give a message to all the viewers of this channel. Please don't hesitate to speak up, especially in English. Don't think about grammar. I survived in Japan for last 9 years with limited English, and in a global setting. I think Japan is amazing, and it's a growing economy and market, a lot of opportunities. So I think a lot of foreign companies are trying to invest in Japan.
Yeah.
And as we see a decline in the birth rate, population is going down. So I think more and more workforce is expected to come to Japan, which will potentially see increase in the usage of English, I suppose.
Yeah, probably the need for English will be increasing. Yeah. As more foreigner comes to Japan, it's worth studying.
It's worth studying English, and please don't step back in using English in your day-to-day life. And mistakes are fine. I think foreigners don't really care about mistakes.
Don't care about wrong pronunciation, grammatical errors, and no one judges.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of English. Of English, people focus on what is talked.
Yeah, exactly.
What is talked.
And I think in the next few years, it's you will see a lot of influx in foreign people coming in, and I think having English is definitely a plus. And I think this will also contribute for your career or personal life. I think so. In terms of growth, if you're looking at career growth and all, this would of course help to increase in communication. For example, global collaboration and cross-country collaboration. I think it's going to help a lot.
And then, as you mentioned just a while ago, creating the environment you have to speak English is really helpful. Yeah. Practice speaking English.
Yes.
Yeah. So getting exposure to such practical communication, real conversation, can definitely improve your speaking. Yeah. And then boost your confidence, of course.
Yeah.
And I think at some point you throw away any fear of making mistakes.
One best way, I don't know if I can recommend this, but most of the foreigners who are visiting Japan, for example, most of them speak English. And if you think you are in a position, or if you have an opportunity to just talk to them and just say hi and something like that, I think that can trigger some kind of communications. Like for example, if you see a random tourist, you can also just say hi, how's the day going, and such. And I think that can also start some kind of conversation ongoing and can help to kind of learn English.
Yeah.
And basically nobody's judging, so feel free to talk. I think that's it. And thank you so much, Haru-chan, for having me here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Bye.
Bye-bye.